How are we 6 months into 2021 already? Hey guys, it's Abby and today I'm going to be doing my mid-year goal check-in. So at the beginning of 2021 I set up a load of different goals for reading, for my blog, for my channel and for my Bookstagram. So I'm going to go through them now, see how close I am to actually reaching them, see what I've done so far this year and see what goals I need to set coming up. If you enjoy the video guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into the video. So first up for the reading goals. So let's have a look. I have them, if you couldn't tell, on my phone. The first goal is to read 50 books. That's the goal I set for myself. That was my reading count for this year. I've read 61 books so far as of filming. Okay, so I've smashed that already.
Easy peasy, squeeze the lemon.
I wasn't expecting that to be so low. I guess last year I struggled a bit, maybe because of the situation. So I didn't read as much, I suppose. But yeah, okay, so I'm not going to move my Goodreads goal. That's going to stay at 50, it's staying there. But my new goal is going to be 100. It's going to be my stretch goal for the end of 2021. Will I regret saying this? Probably. But we'll see, we'll see. Okay, good start for number 1. Number 2, read at least 30 books from my TBR shelves. I've done this. I've read 32 books from my TBR shelves so far this year, which is good and bad. Good because I've hit the goal, but bad because that is just over half of my books. And I know that that's partly because I've been rereading some books, and then also partly because I've read some of the new books that have come in. But yeah, I need that to be higher. The point was that I was reading more than half, like 25 with my 50 goal would have been half. The point is that I need to read more than half of the books from my TBR shelves, so I need to increase that. So I guess that means that if my goal is to read 100 books over the year, 75 from, that's too high. 60 from my TBR shelves, just double them both. Let's go with 60 from my TBR shelves. Next up is to read one book over 500 pages. I've done this as well. Okay, so there's 2 that I've done that are kind of cheating. One is I reread Mortal Coil. That is over 500 pages. And another one is that I read 200-ish pages of Long Walk to Freedom in 2020 and then read the 500 plus rest of the pages in 2021. But to me that doesn't count. But I've read The Mask Falling and The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. My copies both had just over 500 pages. And Dead or Alive has just under 600 pages. So I've smashed that. Okay, so that's like 3 official books so far. So should I aim for... I was like, should I aim for 10 in total? That's too high, I won't reach it. Should I aim for 10? And can I count the rereads? I'm gonna aim for 10 and regret it later. So for the rest of the year I need to try and read another 7 books. Maybe. Either 7 or 5 that have over 500 pages. You guys need to tell me if rereads count, because if they do I should be fine because Skullduggery's big. Let me know, do rereads count for this or not? How have I done so well? Next up, read 2 contemporary books. I've done that. I can't remember what they are at the moment, but I've definitely got about 5 that are marked as contemporary on my spreadsheet. 2 of them should be down as classics, so that's 3 contemporaries I've read. What are they? What is it? What is it? What is it? I read another one. What is it? What is it? I can't remember. Editing Abby, I'm so sorry. You have to put it on screen. You have to prove. But I'm like pretty sure I've done that. I'm happy with that. I don't desire to read anymore. If it happens, it happens. I'm not adding any more to that. That was actually intended for 2 books that I've now unhauled. Next goal is to read a classic. I've done that! So, I have read... Where are they? If they count, I have read 4 teeny tiny classics in here, which is a set of Swedish classics short stories by Astrid Lindgren, August Strindberg, Selma Lagerlöf and Stig Dagerman, which I pronounced atrociously. Veronica, I'm sorry. I love you. And so, technically, that counts, but also they're teeny tiny. But on top of that, I have read Frankenstein and I have read Pride and Prejudice. I'm reading War and Peace still. Have I read any other classics? I don't know, I can't remember, but I've read Frankenstein and Pride and Prejudice, so yeah, I've read at least one classic. So I'm going to continue doing that. I'm enjoying classics a lot more than I expected to. I was thinking they were going to be a slog to get through, and I was like, just push through them, just get through them. But I'm enjoying them, which I'm not mad about. I'm not going to add any more classics that I need to read this year. I'm not going to up the amount from one. I'm happy with how I'm reading at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, goal 6 was to read 5 books that continue on in a series. This is another one where I've smashed the goal, even if you don't count multiple books in the same series. So like Skullduggery Pleasant, not including the rereads, but I've read 2 Skullduggery Pleasant books this year. Even if I only count one of those, I am already smashing that. So I read the Finishing School series, then Skullduggery Pleasant. What else was there? What else was there? Mask Falling from the Bone season. Come on, Abby. Think. Does it count if I read Deliverance of the Blessed by A.B. Endicott? It's in the Godless Continent. There are others. What are the others that I've read? Why can I not remember anything? Okay, that's 3. Editing Abby has to put in the other 2. I'm so sorry. I hate editing in these photos, but I cannot remember and I need proof. I'm not having you tell me I didn't do it. Proof. Next up, one buddy read. So this was actually on there just for War and Peace.
What does she know about war?
With Olivia, but I ended up loving the buddy read that we're doing so much that I've done more of them. So I have buddy read with Carrie from Caring for Books, with Caitlin from Manchester Rabbit, and with Becca from the Comic Book Sanctum. As well as, of course, Olivia. And then I didn't buddy read, but I read and gave like live feedback to Cachet Warren from Shay with the Hobbies. I love it. It's so much fun. It's genuinely so much fun, and I can't wait to do more buddy reads in the future. Especially the type that I'm doing with Olivia, where we read a small amount each day and discuss it each and every day. That is like one of my favourite parts of every single day. I'm loving it. And then the final goal on the reading front is diversity. This is one that I don't think I can ever mark as done, but I am content with the progress that I'm making. I obviously can always do more, I'm going to strive to do more, but I'm happy with the progress I'm making. I have read a book by a black author at least once each month, not including other authors of colour. So for example, my TBR for July, my one black author is Mallory Blackman with Checkmate, but I'm also reading Prodigy by Marie Lu and the Baby Ganesh Agency Book 2 by Vaseem Khan, 2 Asian authors. So I'm decently content, okay. Like, I'm making progress, considering that I'm trying to read from my TBR shelves, and my TBR shelves are whiter than fucking me. I'm doing okay. And then also a lot of the books that I'm bringing in are also diverse. That is thanks to my amazing friends. Thank you so much. Go check out my hauls, my first quarter and second quarter haul, to see what my wonderful friends have been gifting me, because I've barely bought any books, and the books that I did buy in the last quarter were both Skullduggery Pleasant. So that's both by a white man. But I have some amazing books that have came in, and I'm loving that my shelves are just getting more and more diverse, and I'm going to keep working on that. Because I need more. I want it to be like a minimum of 50-50 on my TBR shelves. That of course means reading all of the white books that I'm still interested in. So it's a long-term goal, I'm working my way through it. I'm okay with the progress that I'm making so far. So not bad. And then of course my last like goal thing was to continue with the War and Peace read through that I'm doing with Olivia.
Wow.
That's going fantastically. It's amazing. I'm loving it. So yeah, that's a definite big tick. Then on to my book blog. I'm holding up 2 fingers because there's two goals for this. The first one is to expand, oh, falling over. The first one is to expand past just book reviews, and the second one is to do non-bookish posts. The second one, I tried it at the beginning of the year. I've tried it a little bit recently. I don't think it's something that I want to do, actually. I think that this is something that if it isn't ticked off by the end of the year, it's just going to be removed from my goals. It's clearly something that I'm not prioritising, so I'm fine with that. In terms of expanding past just book reviews, on my blog it used to be the only thing that would go up would be reviews of each and every book that I've read, as I read them, chronologically, roughly. I'm now adding more into there, so I'm adding my TBRs, my wrap-ups, my hauls. I'm adding kind of like, oh, these 5 books for this section, oh, I recommend these. So I am adding more in there, and that's all been done quite recently. So technically, yeah, I've expanded past just book reviews, but I'm not marking this as done until I continue with it for the rest of the year. So this is like a 50% marker, so we'll see. Then Booktube. I know I've failed so badly on this one. 2 ones for this as well. The first is to do more fun videos, and the second is quality over quantity. Fail. Massive fail. With work, and with the fact that these take more time and I can only do them when there's no one in the house, things like that, this is the hardest one for me to do. I can only film when no one else is in the house. My mum only works half days at school, and my parents don't work weekends, so I have very limited time to film. And also the fun videos take more time to plan, and so yes, quality over quantity. I was supposed to post less but post better content, and I couldn't bring myself to do it because you're told time and time again, like, you need to be consistent. So I need to work on this. This is the kick up the arse I needed to actually focus on my channel. Everything else is going fine. Like, I'll tell you about my Bookstagram next. Bookstagram's going great. My blog, I'm still making progress, but it's going great. Reading, smashed it out the park. But I need to focus on Booktube. So that is going to be my main focus, whilst keeping up everything else for the second half of 2021. So yeah, we'll see. And then Bookstagram. I told you it was positive. It is. The first one was to engage with other posts, and the second one was to post almost daily. So first of all, engage with other posts. I used to, for some reason, I don't know why, I've now been able to do it and I wasn't before, but previously I would actually struggle to like sit and scroll through everyone's posts for like 20 minutes, either after I posted mine or on the way home from work. I think part of it is because I work from home now, it's so much easier for me to do that. A lot of my time was spent on the bus, so I would try and do it there, and I get bus sick. So that was not fun. So that's really easy as well, and then also posting almost every day. I post every day now. I actually found a method that works for me, which is I schedule my posts to go up at the same time each and every day. I have an alarm set on my phone so I know when the post has went up, and then I will go in and interact at that point, as well as obviously just being on Instagram throughout the day. As you guys know if you follow me on Instagram, links down below. I'm really happy with how that's going. I'm really happy with how that's going. Like, scheduling these works so well for my brain. For me, I won't remember to post every day, but for some reason, getting that, like, alarm and being like, oh, okay, I've posted on Instagram. I can now go and, like, do everything that you do with the interactions and the hashtags and everything, and seeing everyone's posts. This way I'm actually seeing all of my friends' posts. I'm probably missing a few, I'm sorry. But I'm seeing a lot more of the posts than I was before. I don't know why, but actually just scheduling 7 posts to go up on a Sunday night, scheduling them for the next week, and doing that each week is working wonders for me. So I'm really enjoying that. I really like how it's working. I'm really happy with the photos I'm taking, because I'm also taking 7 photos each and every Sunday morning, so I'm kind of keeping on top of that. I actually have a massive library of Bookstagram photos, like a big backlog of about 80 of them. So that is working really, really well so far. So yeah, Bookstagram I'm massively happy with. That is probably better than my reading even. So like Bookstagram, reading, book blog, and the channel. So yeah, that was my mid-year check-in. I'm doing so bad on this channel, but everything else is going really well. I need to actually like sit down and spend time just on this. The batch filming as well is really great, but because I kind of got into a rhythm with it, it means that I don't expand out from what I'm used to. This is still within the realm of what I'm used to, so yeah, I do need to actually sit down and think more about the content that I'm making, and also just start filming when people are in the house. I just need to do that, because I'm like scared of doing it because my parents will judge me. My mother is very judgmental, but whenever I do, you know, like finish a sentence when they come in the door or anything, they just assume I'm on the phone. So I should just talk and it'll be fine. Let me know how your reading goals are doing. If you're a content creator, link your stuff down below and let me know how the content creating is going for you so far this year. Is everything going well? Have there been hiccups like me on my channel? And if you enjoyed the video, please do subscribe. I promise I am going to be making so much more of an effort in the second half of 2021 with my content. And thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video. Bye!